What's up, Buttercup? This one time at band camp? Just kidding. I painfully remember the first time I was forced into sort of a spotlight. I worked in the IT department of a furniture company, and the company was moving over to a different one. I don't think it was brand new, but an RFID system. It's the electronic barcoding that people put on products. So that way they could use scanners to find stuff, take better inventory, all of that kind of good stuff. So the IT department had to present to the drivers some information. And I can't recall the information, but what I remember is I was elected to teach them whatever that information was. And I remember how horrifying it was. I couldn't catch my breath the whole time I was talking. And my heart felt like one of those cartoons, where it kind of like comes protruding out of their whole body. That was what my heart felt like. I had never been so scared in all of my life up to that point. And no, this is not a story about it catapulting me into a speaking career, but looking back, I am glad it happened. I use it to remember that I won't die if I'm in the spotlight. And today's guest is all about making her clients feel comfortable and bringing out their best sides so that they can shine in their own spotlights. McKenzi Taylor is a people-first photographer and creative entrepreneur, often featured in major media outlets such as the New York Times. With over 20 years of experience photographing people across weddings, families, and brands, her work is rooted in creating content and images that feel natural. After planning her own Las Vegas elopement in 2016, McKenzi expanded into the wedding and event space, founding Cactus Collective Weddings in 2017. Today, she leads multiple brands, including Tailored Photo, Electric Sugar Elopements, Gather After, and Make My Day Media. Across all of her work, McKenzi is known for designing calm, guided experiences and helping people show up confidently in front of the camera no matter what the setting. Hi, I'm Barb Davids, the search visibility strategist for solopreneurs. This podcast offers an eclectic mix of episodes, all meant to help you find the sweet spot in your business. Each week, you'll hear the what, whys, and hows of getting more visibility on your website for the goal of more traffic and leads. Along with bonus episodes, some experiential, from other business owners sharing their own sweet spot. We talk about everything that influences creating an atmosphere around and inside you that you actually love. Because how you grow your business and how you move through your life are connected, and neither of them are linear. Enjoy the episode.
Well, I can say that I am very awkward in front of the camera, so I can completely relate. And there are people that have a natural ability and they just go with it and it flows. And there are some of us, like me, that need to be told exactly what to do. And that's okay. And I think that that's what's one thing that is great about these content happy hours is that there's a group of others there that are encouraging you and kind of helping you along as well. And actually what's really great is that there are people there that you get to watch pose as well or do certain things, and if you haven't done it before, it's okay because you are you, and that's okay. Like I've actually really leaned into being kind of awkward on camera or making a laugh or saying something silly that promotes me or prompts me to do something that's really natural for me but might not be natural for somebody else. I am craving real humans. I'm craving somebody's real authentic voice. I'm craving their real laugh. That is stuff that cannot be reproduced online yet anyway, but I think that consumers are wise. I think that consumers understand when something is fake and when it's really you. And so I think that in order to build credibility and trust, I think that you're going to have to show up online. You're going to have to show your face. People are going to have to hear your laugh. They're going to have to hear your voice. They're going to have to see how you move, because in the world right now, it's very difficult to decipher sometimes. And so just putting yourself out there, the real you, is actually going to make you more credible, more trustworthy, more reliable, because people can see it's a real person and you're a real human.
What I love about what McKenzi created is that it came from real business owners needing real content and not wanting to do it alone. She built something that feels more like a fun get-together with trusted friends than a photo shoot. It's called Content Happy Hour, and it's part networking, part content creation, and part just being around other humans who get it. People get their photos, they get their content, but they also get to talk and connect. And having been to one myself, I can tell you it doesn't feel scary. And the groups are kept small, and I think that's the cool part too.
And our sweet spot right now is we're doing something called the Content Happy Hour, And that is for any individual that needs content on a monthly basis and they look forward to a group dynamic and a group setting, so there's a little bit of networking. We have to go select the locations in advance, and we do go there and we look at the area. We look to see, what could we do here? This particular one was a little wine shop that serves food. And so we went there ahead of time. We scoped out the locations for the content little stations is what we'd call it. And so we did that ahead of time. And we thought of, okay, what could our participants do that's wine related, but still relevant to their work? So we did a lot of like more of a cheersing vibe, girl club kind of spirit, essentially out with our girlfriends. Essentially, the content creator and the photographer pair up. We do it 2 individuals at a time. We do kind of the same thing, then we rotate. Well, the other individuals are there recording content of themselves with each other, so like more of a peer-to-peer content if they choose, or it's honestly a really great time to network and take a break.
McKenzi's big thing is this: don't treat content like a one-time thing. Getting the photos is just one part of it. What matters is what happens after.
You need to make it your own. You need to create it in the way that you want. You need to add the little bits of the accents or the words or whatever you need to add to the bits of content. And I do recommend using a software like CapCut or something like that. It makes it so much easier, and it is pretty user-friendly to use, although a little intimidating at first, I understand. But use it and start posting it. Even if you don't need to like edit it or do anything crazy with it, just take one of the clips, shorten it on the platform that you're using it to the link that you want, add some copy to the video or the photo, create a caption, which you can create with some prompts for AI, and post it. And just do it consistently. And then the thing is, if you want some content kind of evergreen, you can repost the content as many times as you want. I think that's one thing that's been eye-opening for me, even as someone that's in this space, is it's okay to reuse your content. It's okay to reuse your content, you doing the same thing. Let's say it's you spinning a little circle in the middle of the street. You could use that in multiple different ways, and nobody's gonna care or notice. So you could post it 3 weeks in a row with a different caption, a different heading, different words on the particular piece of content, and no one's gonna know. And I think that's one thing that people underutilize, the B-roll and the content that they have. One of the most important things, and I've been told this, it's not new information, is to just show up and do the work. So show up, record your content, no matter if you're feeling a certain way that day, just show up and do it. And if you like it, great. I mean, frankly, honestly, if you don't use it. There's no harm, no foul, right? So I think that just show up and practice is the most important thing.
McKenzi's journey hasn't been a straight line. From photographer to media company, the lesson is adaptability.
You know, I started out as a photographer, and now I have companies that do full wedding planning services. And that was because I was paying attention to what I needed as an individual and what and what the market needed. And so I think just being open to collaborating with people, not doing things on your own, and changing things up probably every year, especially now, maybe even quicker, and being adaptable, flexible. I think that's going to be what is important. Less rigidity and more openness.
If you've never done a content shoot before, I hope this inspires you to find one in your area. McKenzi's content happy hours are currently being held about twice a month in Las Vegas. They're open to locals and to people who are visiting for conferences and events. Be sure to sign up for their newsletter for new location announcements. She and her team at Tailored Photo can be found on Instagram at Tailored Photo or their website, tailoredphoto.com. And that's a wrap on today's episode. If you enjoyed it, would you be so kind as to forward it to a friend or write a review? That tiny minute is how this show gets in front of other business owners just like you who are passionate about growing their business. I thank you kindly, and I'll see you in the next sweet spot.